everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1, and I am back with another live stream, and this time will be Spirit Island. This is Godzilla Wolf 1, a game that I'm not sure any of you have heard of, but is one that is very fun, and I've played quite a bit, and actually got a good bit of the DLC, which I only buy DLC for games that I actually enjoy the base game of, so that should tell you that I very much enjoy this game. But first, let me message this out. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that is the air conditioner because it's hello. It is very hot here. Just let me message this out. I'm not sure if you can hear the air conditioner or not. You can. I do apologize for that, but there's not much I can do because it's like 84 degrees where I am right now. Also, Tales from My Mother's Childhood Volumes 1 through 3 are available on Amazon if you want to check out the life and times of a young lady growing up in the young girl growing up in 1950s in Appalachia. And also, Tales from My Mother's Childhood, the coloring book, has been sent into Amazon, and I will let you know as soon as that is available. Sorry for the for a little bit of an ad dump there, but it kind of just comes with the territory of being a YouTuber and author. Okay, almost done. So, Spirit Island is interesting because it is, hello ZZ, glad you can make it. But Spirit Island is interesting because it is essentially the plot of Avatar, not Avatar The Last Airbender, but Avatar, you know, the nifty blue cat. Except that instead of playing as the Loneliness, you are basically playing as the deer. Well, just, you know, nature, spirit, deity, whatever. The local pantheon of super powerful magical entities that are representing part of the world. And your job is to drive off colonial invaders to prevent them from, you know, destroying everything and killing all of the natives. So let's see. Okay, that's weird, so I'm just gonna have to go with that. OBS is being a little odd to me, so we're just gonna have to deal with what it lets me get away with. But yeah, you play as a collection as nature spirits that are defending the island and the natives, which are named the Dahan, from colonialist invaders. And interesting enough that while there is there are generic invaders that just could be, you know, anyone. There actually are factions of invaders with their own rules. I can actually, where can I access adversaries and scenarios? We're going to do this normally, but like we're gonna just do some normal games, but yeah. So see, these are historical ones. So, and you got the bit of lore about them. So you know, the Kingdom of Brandenburg, Prussia. It shows where it's located in real life. There is actually lore about these guys, about everything happening, and also for some reason I just got a lagging. Why is it lagging? Actually pause the screen itself. Hi Trooper, glad you could make it. So, you know, England, France. This is set in the 1700s, by the way. The Habsburg monarchy. The Tsarism of Russia. Hi, Holy Cross. One reason I'm doing it is actually to spread some knowledge of this game. It also has there is also a tabletop version. There's also a tabletop version of this. The Kingdom of Scotland, the trade hub and stuff like that. And see, they have additional ones. Escalation swayed by the invaders after these invaders exploring each land. If that land has at least a news invader of Dahan. The Dahan are the locals, and there's, you know, other stuff like that. So, you know, there's like scenarios and stuff. Yeah, so we're not going to go into these right now, maybe in a future thing, but there's all these different spirits. I have multiple DLCs, which added a lot more, but each spirit has their own mechanics and their own, like, it's actually I believe it counts as indie. It's actually a tabletop RPG, multiplayer RPG. Well, I won't say RPG. Is it an RPG? I think it counts as an RPG. But it's a tabletop game that they ported over into digital. So if you like this and want to get the physical version to play with your friends, it is available. But also all of them have like these names like that are really cool, like Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares, Devouring Teeth Lurk Underfoot, Downpour Drenches the World, Eyes Watch from the Trees, Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. Like, they have these really cool names. Fractured Days Split the Sky, which is kind of weird because this is literally the embodiment of time deciding that he's had enough of the invaders' crap. Trickster Stirs Up Trouble. And every character has their own lore. So they have a lot of lore, which is really cool. They all have a difficulty level. Like, for example, this guy is high difficulty because he cannot, he has no direct destruction. Now, basically the way the game works is you choose a spirit, you choose spirits. Two. Like, this game can be played with a single spirit, but it's really designed to play it with instances. So, let's see what kind of difficulty. Let's go with one that's significantly easier to get the gist of. Okay, Lightning Swift. Yeah, he's low difficulty. So, essentially, they all have a special ability. So, in his case, special rules, Swiftness of Lightning for every wind, and essentially every card gives you elements that you play. It gives you elements, and you can also acquire elements by progressing along their upgrade path. But in his case, for every wind you have, you may use one slow power as if it were fast. Power cards are your name cards. So, essentially, the way the game works is you have fast powers, which have a grid burn on them, that you can use on before the invaders have a chance to act. So you can use those to like preemptively clear areas and deal with things. Then the slow powers are after they built, and well, after the ravage and build phase. You mean Shroud of Silent Mist? Actually, I think you might not be too far off of this guy. Once per turn, when you gain a power card without fire, gain 1 energy. When targeting a land with a power, you may gather 1 of your presences. That's what they're called, presences, which is basically your location on the like a location of power you have on the island. If 2 are stacked on top of each other, they become a sacred site. Some powers can only be done from sacred sites, or some can only be done from presences, and they all have a range. When targeting a land with a power, you may gather 1 of your presences into the target or adjacent land. This can enable you to meet range and targeting requirements. Slow and silent deaths. Invaders and Dahan in your lands don't heal damage. During time passes, 1 fear for per land of yours with damaged invaders. Gain energy per 3 lands with damaged invaders. Okay, so this guy benefits from having caused damage, but not directly, from having dealt damage, but not directly caused, or like not directly killing. Okay, so fear. Fear is an important game mechanic, because when you generate fear, you can eventually get fear cards, which have a negative effect on the invaders. But the more you raise the terror level, once you get enough of turned over enough fear cards, you get what's called raise the terror level. And each terror level makes winning the game easier. Because at first, your win con is to wipe out all the invaders. Like, just all of them. But then when you reach terror level 2, if you just destroy their settlements, you win. If you reach terror level 3, you just have to destroy their cities. If you reach terror level 4, you win. So, essentially, if you reach terror level 4, you automatically win. Okay, so innate powers, suffocating shroud, 1 damage. So basically the way this works is if I play these cards with these essences, I can do this, which I can deal 1 damage, which, goes into his gameplay. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. For each adjacent land with your presence, 1 damage to a different invader, 1 damage to each invader. Basically, this cascades. So the more you can do, the more damage you get. So it seems like this guy benefits from having injured invaders, but not outright killed them. Then, lost in the swirling haze, push up to 1 Dahan, push up to 2 invaders or Dahan, and then push up to 2 again. So essentially, seems like this guy's entire kit is about injuring the invaders rather than flat out killing them. Okay, the spirit of dissolution and the cold silence of death creeping quietly down from the hills across open water. Its trail is adorned with dew-covered leaves and the bones of small animals. Some legends say Shroud of Silent Mist came from the final breath of a Dahan spirit speaker who spoke too freely of the secrets entrusted to him, for his soul form was afflicted with a death-bringing curse. Others claim it was born from legends and tales rather than any actual person. The story of Kadira shows that human and spirit do not literally transform into each other. So there's a lot of lore. So this gives good setup starts. So put 2 on your starting board in the highest numbered land and 1 in the highest numbered mountain. So there. Yeah, so it can slowly clear most built-up lands, but its real strength is generating fear. Extreme limited energy income, but can stretch to major powers and manage to gather energy for this mission. So yeah, that's what this guy does. And each spirit has their own set of cards specific to them. So flowing silent forms dart by. 2, fear if invaders are present. When a presence in target land would be destroyed, its owner may, if possible, instead push that presence. You may gather one presence of another spirit with their permission. So essentially, push means you shove them out of the area you played the card in. Gather means you're gathering them to the area. Also, it has a picture. Unnerving Pale. 1 fear, up to 3 damaged invaders do not participate in Ravage. Okay, Ravages are basically the invaders going on the warpath. So, basically attacking. So, basically you're scaring them into the point that they don't want to act that turn. So, if they Ravage and deal 2 or more damage without being blocked, they will put a blight on them. And also kill the Han, and a blight will also destroy your presences. Defend counters that. So, like, if you put a defend on an area, that defend prevents them from dealing damage and can also allow the Han to fight back. So, the fog closes in. For each adjacent land with your presence, 1 damage to a different invader. Okay, so that is actually useful. Push 2 to Han, the fog closes in. Dissolving vapors. 1 damage to 1 fear, 1 damage to each invader, 1 damage to each. So this one particularly does not care about the Han. Some of these guys are neutral, some are there aren't really any that are flat out malevolent. Like this one, what's this one? A spirit of vengeance, anger, and retribution is the incarnation as the burning plague. It slumbers in a simmering volcanic pool, awakened at unpredictable intervals when roused through supplication by one wrong. First to Han, consider this foolhardy, for it vents its wrath on entire communities, and its pestilence may spread anywhere. Fans of the close relationship, their Earth Vigil, have less to fear, but deem it wise and humane not to push their luck. It is unclear whether its recent waking is due to the ravaging of the invaders or to some spirit's pleas. Okay, so one of your presents and start the game already destroyed. Put 2 presents on your starting board in a land with light and 1 in a wet land without the Han. Okay, so this guy is, and they all also have different, like, the artwork in this game. They all have these different growth options, which you can do to early on. I'm probably not going to use this guy, but he sounds really cool. Probably going to use some more simple characters. So we got like Thunder Speaker here. Thunder Speaker is genuinely benevolent on River Surging and Sunlight is also very benevolent to the Han. Here's the most complicated character. One of the most complicated characters in the entire game. Because it's a spirit that fell from the stars and is trying to figure out what it wants to be, and just is highly customizable. So these are not even all the spirits. They're still an expansion we don't have. But yeah, there's a lot of options. So we're going to start a new game. So we have options. Our story begins with an island long before humans ever knew it. The island was there. It was of average size. Okay, so fairly small, so 1 board, 1 spirit. 2 boards and 2 spirits if it's of average size. Fairly large, 3 boards and spirits. Quite large, 4 boards and spirits. Very expansive, 5 boards and spirits. Absolutely huge, 6 boards and spirits. Oh, this is a multiplayer. So you can do online multiplayer. We'll start with 2. So when the invaders came, only 2 spirits were able to fight. They were low complexity, which is straightforward in their ways, not always easy to understand, moderate complexity, often inscrutable, high complexity, orthogonal to conception of mortal kin, very high complexity, very and diverse. That just lets you use it here. Okay, so now we pick who we want to use. So basically there's 2 islands. Also there's these maps over here, so you can actually pick different maps. So how do I do this? Also you can spin around the map pieces, so you can have some customization options. So if I wanted to say put that there instead, and then so I can actually, how do I unadd it? How do I unadd? Okay, there we go. Now I can do this. That's what I wanted to do. So you got a bunch of different map options, which is cool. So we have a few, we have quite a few options to pick from. I'm not doing any of the very high complexity characters, but also another factor is some of these guys have they have aspects. So this guy's like second aspect is might, and then he has resilience, and then it just is normal. So they all have aspects that you can use. This guy is looming high. Yeah, and there's like all these. There's still 4 DLCs. But you basically have all these different options to pick from. So I'll let you guys. So long as they're not very high difficulty, fractured days, but this guy, that guy's really not going to do this guy because he is incredibly difficult. Any one of these guys that stands out to you guys, I'll let you guys pick one and I'll pick the other. Fathomless Mud. Oh, he's fun. That's a fun one. Where is he? The mud. The island has many swampy deltas along the coast. Some are fairly navigatable, while others are mazes of murky water, tangled trees, and land that isn't nearly so solid as it seems. Fathomless mud of the swamp is one of the latter sorts, with a penchant for spreading. Likes getting everywhere, slowly turning solid ground into mud and mire. Some Nahan villages have struck fruitful bargains with it. It's easy passage and useful plants in exchange for tasks are easily done by human hands. Most, however, will move on to new living grounds. Early, should they notice the sodden signs of it moving into their area. That's a good question. With if live action One Piece ever gets a Blackbeard, which actor behind your first room? That's a good question because one thing is they're trying to get actors that match the characters, like the character's actual race, and I believe that aside. So I believe that Buddha has said. I forget what he said in Black. Okay, so Somalia. So I don't know many Somalian actors off the top of my head. So I don't know off the top of my head who would be a good Blackbeard off the top of my head. And a lot of the actors in a lot of the actors in the One Piece live action are not very well known actors. Okay, so let's look at this. Special rules offer no firm. I've played with someone who's no firm foundations. At your sacred sites, builds add invaders instead of buildings or cities. Okay, so they can't build towns in areas my sacred sites are. Spreading and dreadful mire, one from a sacred site, quit to a target land with invaders. One water, move at one presence from the origin sacred site to target land. One moon, two water, one mountain. One fear, one damage, one push to harm. Okay, so that he's fairly easy to do. Okay, so Intraceable Thickets and Thorns. Defend 5. Okay, you guys are defend 5 right off the bat. Exaltation of Tangled Growth. Target spirit may pay 1 energy to gain a power card. You may pay 2 energy to gain a power card. Foul Vapors and Footed Knock. 2 from a sacred site. 1 fear, push up to 2 invaders. Open shifting waterways, gather up to 2 Dahan. Dahan and invaders are both present. 1 fear and damage. Okay, so this guy's fairly easy to get the handle of. So let's go here. Now we need to pick his partner, and there are a lot. So he's all about preventing messing with bills. That's his thing. So, he's someone that just has flat out destructive potential. So, Lightning Swift Strike is good at that, but he does have an energy problem, like an issue with energy usage. This guy. There is one guy, actually. There's this one, which is Sunbright Whirlwind, who is a cat. I think they're a cat. Who is all about pushing stuff around. So that could be rather useful. Okay, so let's see. Feeling he's fairly difficult. Moderate difficult. Feel Flare for Discord. After one of your powers adds Strife to a lane, you may 1 energy to Strife. Okay, so Strife prevents a town from taking part in a round. Beating up misses is a drag. After one of your powers removes 1 Blight, destroy one of your sacred sites. Blight is just heavy damage. That ignores this. Discard 1 minor power from the deck until you get one that targets a land. Use its effect on the target land, immediately ignoring range and targeting restrictions, all up to instruction. Instructions must be used at max value and treat all or in hands. You may forget a power card to gain. You can just use power card to your hand and 1 energy. This power may be slow. Fight. I like that. Add 1 strife. We have those. 1 invader and 1 Dahan deal damage to each other. Target lane has beast. Okay, so that's another mechanic. 2 damage, otherwise you may gather 1 beast. Okay, this guy seems a little too complicated for me right now. This is one of the 2 most complicated characters in the entire game. Okay, how about this guy? Devouring Teeth lurk underfoot. Territorial aggression, your damage dealing powers do +1 damage. +1 damage total for the power, even if the power damages multiple invaders or each invader. It can boost minor and major power cards too, not just your units. 8 power death approaches from beneath the surface. Slow 1 invaders if you don't have a presence in target land. 1 damage, 2 damage, 2 to 4 damage. 2 to 4 damage, and that all stacks up. Oh, and this guy even has the card that has the target spirit may deal +3 damage this turn with 1 of its damage dealing powers. Defend 9. That is very useful. If invaders are 2 fear, if invaders are present, push 2 to hide. Hurl towards the lurking maw. Gather up to 1, and also 1 fear. 3 damage to chance these up. So basically, go on a kaiju rampage with this guy. I'm not going to use power progression because I like that random stuff. Long ago, the being that would become Devouring Teeth lurk underfoot was a small territorial spirit of the sand wherever initially for small prey to a close, then frighten them towards the swinging wall. Fresh prey was scarce and would scavenge. Most spirits stay tiny, but this one happened to take a bite out of Emberite Behemoth, who's one of the ones I don't have. It slowly grew larger and more mobile, slithering below the surface in a way impossible for normal weapons. It has learned to avoid conflict with the Dahan, who rise to its ways long ago, and everything formed a peace with them. The invaders do not have that benefit. Put 1 on your starting board, 5. Lightspeed insanely as invaders, so it can use its range, 0 offensive and defensive powers. First part of its innate power can give some mobility if needed. Has poor plays track, but potent but expensive powers, so it can be better handling fewer large threats than a lot of them. Okay, so I think that guy would be fun. I do like down. Downforce me. Let's try this guy. Might lose, might not. I don't know. So, kinda need to. Okay, this guy has high energy, which is really cool. Okay, so this guy could be fun. So, and this guy's all about. This guy can push people around and all sorts of stuff. So, rather useful. So both you guys actually have a different ending, so. Let's go. And see how it's going. Okay, so they're starting in the mountains. Okay, so you see the way this is going to go is they're going to build in the mountains, but if the people in the mountains die, they don't. If the people in the mountains either die or are not there anymore, they don't do that. So, and then on the next round, they will do what's called a ravage. Okay, so I think the card play, so I can do more for him, probably be that. But Mud. Okay, so let's see what situation. Okay, so they're just the two people. So let's do this first. The defend ones don't really do much at this point. Okay, so that could be useful. Okay, so see, I can do these growth things that will allow me to build up my power. Okay, so the thing is, he's on a slow. All of his stuff is slow, so I cannot directly deal with the situation right at hand, but I could deal with some stuff. Yes, I visited Harper's Ferry before, so that can negate any ravages. But these are all slow. So this guy does not deal with things directly. That would be useful if it was on fast, but it's not. So that would be able to kill an invader fairly easily. Okay, so you see, this is a blight. This right here is a blight. That's what we don't want to happen. We do not want blights. We especially do not want a blight in this land. That should be fairly easy to say. Okay, so push up to 2. Okay, well, first off, probably want to do. Alright, I need to remember these. Okay, so I kind of want to get more card plays. So I'm going to go with this. And you want and I don't really need that plant for that. So. There we go. Now let's figure out this guy's gonna do. That's all useful next turn because they're only going to build this turn. They're going to build in a mountain, so that means they're going to try to build a place in the mountains. So I can get invaders out of mountains from these. This is a defend 5, so that's enough to deal with one of the two things. Problem being, I don't currently have enough to do. So putting that out there isn't bad. Okay, so is that in so okay, so between the two I can take out. Okay, so that'll take care of that. Now to figure out what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so you don't have target land gather. Okay, so he's easy to move stuff around. And okay, let's look at the cards. Then 9, so that's very easy to choose. Harder to work. Okay, that one can deal with things in C3. And that can just wipe out a town. The problem is I have nothing to stop. I have nothing that can actually stop builds on either of these guys. I can destroy them afterwards. But I do want to get... Let's do this. Let's do more energy and a second card play. So... one file... next, I probably want to do some search. Okay, so granted, if I use that, I will just be able to use one of his damaging powers. Probably run. These two are the ones. Which I realize poses issue. I have an option to add. It's easier for me to deal with. Yeah. That is a bad choice. That. Okay. So now that's the card phase. So finish with now the fast phase. You don't have anything that will actually happen, so they're going to build there. I need to remember how this works. So they're going to build next turn. Okay, so. So, what I want to do is. Okay, so I can use these two to get that place. So. Gather. I don't really need to do that. And then use my innate. Then he just gets pushed. Okay, so then use this, and we'll just push these guys out of there. So that takes care of that, because I actually don't have to kill him. That guy's actually fine. He won't be able to kill me. Now to deal with okay, so next turn I probably want to use this to defend. As what we want to do is probably do. Oh, that actually is. Okay, so drag that over and then use this to now you see the problem I now face. Dang it. That is actually a major problem. There's an undo button, so if you... Wait, why is there an event card? Why is that there? That is new. Okay, so also undo more because okay, I can. Okay, so you see the issue I'm facing is they happen to be in the exact worst possible place they could have been. But I can still make this work. So what I want to do is drag you out of there. Tell me how that means there will be a city now. Problem. Okay, so I'm still going to push him over there. And then I'm going to use this to just do that. So, there we go. Okay, so what cards do I have? Defend 5. Okay, so I need energy for that to work. Okay, so that one. Okay, so actually, he doesn't have to worry about the Ravage this turn at all. So that is great. And what is on my head? Realistically, I don't particularly have to worry about a lot this turn if I play my cards. Gonna need to do this. I think I better get some energy. Put it there, so now I don't have to worry about them building there. Let's see what, because we can gain cards. And, okay, so what do we need first? Okay, so we need water, moon, and mountain, and leaf very later into the game. So, route to destroy 3, add 1, just damage to each one, and then add 1 beast to one of the target spirit's land. If that target has a sacred site in that land, defend 4. That does have advantage, so it is a mountain. If target land has invader, get up to 1 invader. Do likewise for anything else. Okay. Sap the Strength of Multitudes. That is one of the best cards in the game, and I don't need it this turn. It will come in handy later. So, really, I think the best bet on this side of the board is to just... okay, I'm going to have to reclaim. Reclaim basically reclaims all the cards from each side. Okay, so that could... What's the range? So that doesn't actually help me on this one. I don't really need either of those 2 cards. This one has the advantage of being able to give my other guy a card. So that does trigger that, which unfortunately is not enough. Is there anything I can do to help? Not really, actually. The only thing I would want to do that with is to move a token. Because they're not going to be building in the mountains this time. That Ravage in the mountains is not going to be. That's only 1 guy. But I'm going to reclaim next turn. Is there... Yeah, I can do... Okay, if I actually play something with a moon, I get the second level thing, which, yeah, that could come in handy. Okay, so what do we want to do with this? Okay, I need to deal with this, but I've got a cut. This card deals with that. So that card cancels that out. Now I need to figure out how to deal with the situation in C3. I am going to get a power card from that. That will actually let him destroy one of their builds. So playing that is fun. So let's see. Damage to damage. Okay, so play these two. That's one fire and one mischief. Okay, if I go to the upper row, I get a fire. Two cards would give me enough to deal any damage to an area. Okay, so let's see. I only have the option to do one. Ravage is easily done. That Ravage is easily done. It's more the fact that there's going to be a second town there. Actually, if I pull the, I don't have the resources. Instead, I want to use this on C7 and then that on the other guy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with this. Grab a fire and hold this. Because I just realized if I use that on him, oh no. Let's undo that. Alright, I can just do this. So, that will deal 1 damage, which is not much. So, I'm gonna play that on him so that he gets a +3 and can just use this to destroy what is here. I realize does not actually. Oh, easy selection. Need the presence added, and we add this, which I believe was actually. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now that. Okay. So. I'm gonna get another power card. This. So we're just Why did I play that? I did not have to actually. Because I don't need. I realize I don't actually need the. Oh wait, it's. Why did I do that? Oh right, I did it for that. Because I. I'm gonna replay next turn anyways. That's just. Oh, man. Oh, that. I actually screwed up here. That's one of the sacred sites. Oh, I screwed up. There's much done about that fact. First off, and 9 there. Oh, right. It probably would actually be better to use it on this. But I'll make that a +4, which is actually. Okay, so that's actually. I have to use it. Having things sometimes active on plays. Please line outright on each board add one C. Okay. Each board choose a sacred site, gather one Vader into its land, and add one snake to the jungle land. Oh, that's actually useful. The snake is basically something that prevents them from doing. Okay, so. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we just go. And we get a fear card. Add one strife to a land with. Okay, so strife is actually really useful. Really, I only needed. Really, this is the. Oh, crud, that was a mistake. Okay. Nope, that's the easy solution, just add on. And I don't really need it down here, actually. That's what happened. The Dahan fought back because the strike actually. So, Raiders expect. That's where they're going to build next turn. Okay, so. Well, actually, that prevents one build in the desert altogether because I can just actually. Oh, wait, I can actually, due to having played that on myself, I can actually use that to just first one. Okay, and we're getting on the power card. Call the bloodshed, 1 damage per Dahan, or gather up to 3 Dahan. So basically, you make the Dahan go on gather up 1 light, Isolate to target land. Invaders do not build in target land this turn. One clear for that, or one clear for the one, which is that. Twilight Fog brings madness. Okay, that's useful, but I need mountain and bees. And this has two of those and also Prince Bill. I can do, however, is increase damage by 3. So this is not the most use. Not that guy for being able to build a tower. Okay, so that means so both of them is going to have to retrain. Instead of getting his is unique because instead of getting a power card, because most of them get a power card. These two do not actually. So reclaim, and then I add a presence. And I'm going to add, and it has to be to a land that there we go. And then also go. Okay, so let's add units. So now I automatically get that movement option. Okay, so on this side of the board, I have to worry about a Ravage in D3. And let's see. Oh, that's easy to do. Just that deals with that situation. Actually, both of these do, but that's a that deals with that. Let's see. Okay, so 1 damage, 1. And then if I'm playing a card. Oh, I just realized I actually... Oh, wait, no, I don't. I actually need to guys. This is also one I need to do damage to town that is going to be built in D4. So, okay, I think that deals with that situation. So, okay, so I can prevent a build phase now. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that regardless of what else I do. Because I need to use it to prevent builds, the Ravage. This is actually... Okay, so we're going to cause a blight. If we cause a blight there, it destroys my presence. If a blight happens, it destroys your presence. You don't want that, obviously. Oh, wait a second. Oh. That wouldn't be terrible. Okay. think I know something. Okay, so I use this. First, I use this to. Okay, I'm going. No, that one. One from. Actually, do that has images. Okay, here's the problem. I could defend that if I had the right setup. Because this is slow. Like, that's one problem, is these guys are rather slow. I'm just gonna have to take a blight here, but a blight got destroyed by an event. So that's fine. Okay, so this defend 9 is going on C. Play that card and use it. I cannot actually. Oh, yeah, I can. And use that to prevent the buildings. And then my mate is still has one, which not ideal. Actually, let me see. One fire and gotta use that, so there's just no getting around that. So we're just going to have to do. So first off, easy one. Oh, you. Just 2 from a sacred spell. Why doesn't it? Oh, there has to be the Han there. Oh, wait, no problem. You guys just get over there. And then I can. Now there's nothing going to happen over here except for the light there, which I okay, so I just need this. Okay, invader phase. Okay. Single land with the most invaders, push 1. There are 2 push. Jason. I did not know what that is. Okay, so in that case, I don't even know where that's going to be, actually. Has to be resolved. Okay, so. Oh, look at that! Convenient. That actually helps. Okay, so I'll put you there. You there. And that prevents the blight altogether. Nice! Beast on the prowl. Each beast generates sphere if invaders are present. Moves to adjacent. That generates sphere. I just found out that Ultraman Zero and Billy are being added to Game Fashion. Yeah, it's really cool, actually. Okay, so I'm actually going to move this guy. Take a barren land on each. Push 2 from a land with a blight to. Ouch. Well, there's only 1 with blight. Which actually doesn't really help me in this regard. Okay, well, actually helps me if I move him. And I got another field. Each player may gather 1 town or village to a coast. Okay, that's. That does not help me at all, actually, because I've already got Alpha and Delta. Well, okay, it doesn't help me this turn, but it might help me in the future. That would probably help. Let's just grab these guys and nothing to worry about. That, and they're invading. Fantastic. Okay, so now I can at least destroy this town. Then let's push this guy over. That will be useful. Okay, so then he gets the ability to do this, which doesn't... Actually, yes, that does. Okay, so we're going to get a thing in the sand next turn, so... Just just kill that guy, because then that means he's not going to build next turn. Okay. So, let's see what we got. This is not really a problem if I just move it. So, let's see what colors. Okay, I have a defense 5. So, well, I don't actually have to defend on that side. We're good on that. Push up to 2. Okay, so what I need to do on this gravity in the semis, which is just that. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to reclaim. And that still gives me power coach. Okay, so let's deal with this side of the board first. I gotta put that defend. And see. Okay, that could be very useful. I'll say that. And that will let me do 1 damage, which isn't a lot, but it's still useful. Wait a second. Let's try, if I do this, okay, 2 damage, that's just enough to straight up destroy a town altogether. Well, the problem is that I have to push them out of there, so... Well, they can't build there because the snake will actually prevent a build there. So... What's going to happen is to prevent the ravage here with that. And then use this to... this and this to deal with... That probably to deal with the 2. That to probably destroy stuff. Okay, that's a 0, so I'll probably use that to actually just destroy. So let's see what can roll. So that takes care of... I don't actually have to use that at all. So that No. Nothing. This guy's gonna die. This is gonna prevent a build here. That's not really gonna be an issue there. That's so I really don't use this. Oh right, I can use this to bring over. That prevents that. Do I actually need to play any cards this round? Actually, yeah, I want to play that card. That card's going to use. The thing this card will let me do is push because remember, they cannot build in areas that I have savings. And they can't, the snakes, what they do is prevent them. So they're not going to be able to build this turn. They can't really attack anywhere this turn effectively. So unless I just want to give some help to him, there's really no point. Well, I'm probably going to have to reclaim this. Oh, actually, I probably won't. There's really no point. That really seems to be all I need to do. Yes, like if I deal 1 damage to C1, I could just nuke it completely with this. Plus 3 would be enough to wipe out both of them. Okay, so it prevents the build there. Oh. Okay, so it's probably going to end up doing oh, shoot. I did not realize that was... Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, this is actually... Actually need to do this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is ridiculous. That is dumb. They're going to ravage there regardless because I can't stop it. I literally cannot stop it. Oh. Okay, I can do that. Okay, that I did not realize. Oh, great. Okay. I do this. What cards do I have to do? I have... Well, there's absolutely no point in actually... That ravage is going to happen regardless of what, unless I get a lucky draw card. Because the reclaim only lets me add it as a 0. So, like, the best I can actually do is... Unfortunately, that's slow. That's not actually useful this turn because they're just going to. Because I can't actually use it because it's a zero range card. So there's basically my best bet is to gamble on a power. Okay, guess we're gonna have to do this. come on, give me something good. Good, but not for the current situation. And all for the current situation. Okay, that one is actually kind of terrible. Yep. Well, actually, yeah, that's probably that. Still does. Okay, actually, that does help there, but not because that's a push. Okay, so push one. Okay, that would let me improve two and just leave the houses, which in the city, which okay, that's not okay. So let me do it. Okay, so that kills it 100 is a +2, which isn't enough. That's a good. That is a good power. It's just not good for the situation. The crackback that could be useful. Okay, so essentially, if I use that if I use this on C2, I'll deal with which would, and then can remove the blight that they would cause. Actually going to do the process. If I do this, yes, they'll be able to build up here, but there's only one miner. But I can put this here, and that saves them. So get a blade. So they're gonna get a build here, but that's fine. Can't even make items. Choose cards to use. Just to get them. And I can so let's see what to do. Okay, so that's going to be taken care of by that. That, obviously, to basically nukes. So, because these guys are going to actually get it. Destroy stuff. So I have an additional card. Alright, is that a 0 cost? Okay, that's 0 cost. There's no reason not. gonna have to reclaim these two. Okay. So that there, that's 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, town and cities do 5 damage. I mean 3 damage. So that neutralizes their attack in time. So I can do this. Him up. Okay, do an event. Okay. Rest of the turn, have +1 health. Not ideal, but not. It's +1 health, not +1 attack. Prey on the unwary. Each beast destroys 1. There. Okay, that's. Where are my beasts? Okay, yeah, that's actually very helpful, honestly. Because that took care of that. 1 Dahan to a coastal land. Can I add one there? Okay, now that actually. I guess we just add you. Okay, so that gets wiped out. That gets wiped out. Okay, so beings are not. Okay, they're back in the game. That's slow phase. Now this does not do what I hoped it would. Okay, so I can. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Guys, over here. This will deal a total of 5 damage, which should be enough to. And we got to terror level, so that gets okay, so. And use this again. I think I'm going to take one of these to see what I got. Okay, call to ferocity, gather up to 3 Dahan. If the target has Dahan, 1 fear, and push 1. Okay, that's not terrible. Haunted by primal memories, defend 3. If beasts are present, +2 fear. That's not bad, but it also does not have the elements. Gather or push 1, isolate target. Okay, isolate is a ability that prevents exploration. Defend. These are not. This is probably my best one, since it does have advantages. Because the issue is that I need mountain and fire and beast. So this is actually the best pick. And I'm going to do this to get gather up to 1 Dahan. If Dahan are present, defend 1 for 1. That's actually a really good card. 1 damage, 1 to destroy. Okay, I don't like that. Have 3 beasts, 3 damage. Its spirit gets +1 range with all their powers. Burn after targets here. Use the power of an Lammy Man. Okay, that's a good one, but does it has one. Which does benefit. That's the best card. So that's not particularly useful this round. Damage, which means actually to that event card. Okay. Okay, so gotta do a reclaim, I think, for both. Well, let's see what the situation is. They're going to ravage the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to reclaim him. And... let's get another 5. Gotta reclaim on you. Where are they building? They are building in the desert. So... putting this here prevents them from building properly. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything I can use to just take out a guy for? Not really. Okay, so let's deal with down here first. Because this is, well, it's kind of easy to... Okay, so... use that on C1, fix it. So, C2 is already taken care of. So, card places here. 2 card places, so there's another card. Well, I can replay this one to... no, that doesn't... my cards right. If I get one more fire, I can just wipe out the town that's going to spawn in CC. Do I actually have anything I can't destroy the city outright. That's on a slow. I think this is... it's called... okay, so up here. Where there's going to be an attack is... that takes care of the attack. It just does a singular damage. Okay, so really this is the best one to use because then I can just do 2 damage and destroy the town that's going to spawn in just 7. So really nothing. Using that on him might not be the worst thing. Okay, because that will give him the ability to escape. It will be fairly useful. Oh wait, I just realized. I have a fast one. But I realized that. Oh, that is annoying, actually. Okay, so while that would be very useful, I'm actually going to have to use this. Because I'm not actually going to get a crackback. Replay. That gets there. That gets and I do this here. And I guess you need it. So, okay, what are you guys doing? We're gonna blight. Oh, that is annoying. Rent this on any award for paying X energy per board. X is the number of cards in the Okay, that is irritating, but not the end of the world. Each land with a snake, damage to each invader, each Dahan increases by 1. Okay. Add 1 Dahan to one of his lands with Dahan. Okay. And okay, we got an added fear card. Each has strife to a land with 2 invaders. It then takes 1 strike. Actually, that. That got wiped out. And they are getting. Yeah, that could be problematic on an account, actually. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, at the bright side, I can just straight up. Which I actually believe is not the call, actually. Oh, I can target that? I got that as a city. This is annoying, actually, because yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have honestly better to just destroy this. So that actually helps a lot. Judahan. Where would this actually help? Okay. Actually, would probably help. Oh, right. I just realized why that was. Yeah, okay. So. And then. Okay, so that. I did that. I'll save it. Okay, so that plan is now on action. Okay, then. Now, next turn. So. Okay, so let's. Okay, so that will take care of one of the ravages. Yeah, this is kind of one of those situations where if okay, I can just prevent. 30 seconds. That doesn't really. Problem is, I need to get my defender. So. Yes. That. Let's deal with the situation first. Because, okay, so we need to just put it one. I've actually got to use 2 to. I have to use those 2. Because I need to use one there. They will die regardless. Like, they're going to just be wiped out. Back anyway. So, that's not anything. Let's. I have 4 cards. Throw that one out. Throw that one out. Okay, so I'll be able to just destroy a town, right? So that's fine. So that side of the board is done. Okay, so I don't need to worry about C2. Let's see, what do we have on the fast? Okay, so this is not ideal because that town still has enough to cause a fight. So, but I'm going to use that, which increases my power. Actually, I'm going to reclaim everything. Let's do. So that's. So I need just a defend card, which will still have enough to haunt it afterwards too. So use that to prevent a build. And then I can use. Actually, I can't use that because I don't have anything. That's probably the best. Okay, so let's actually use this. Does this? I just realized anything that. Okay, so what do I need? More blood and. None of my zero cost cards. So good to use. Okay, let's see about this. So I'm gonna use that on. I use this. Oh, there has to be the Han there. Oh, okay, that's actually. Really? Oh, that's. There we go. Now I can. There. Okay. And snake. Why not? Okay, and then up here. There. what are they going to do this time? Okay, let me see. Bureaucrats and adjust funding on each board with 9 or more. Or skip the highest number of matching land on each board. 3. 1 extra build action in the highest. Okay, that could be good or annoying. Ravage depth in land. 1 city. Okay, that's actually good. Terrible for okay, coordinate defense room. The invaders ravage if the land has both on and a sacred site. Okay, so first resolve that. Fear of the invaders ranks as palpable. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, so that just prevents... There are no coastal lands up there that have... so I guess let's just say... Each player may push up to 3. Okay, so that's good. So I can just... lead these guys into the jungle and then there's not going to be a... Oh wait, no, that's fine. Okay, so... Oh wait, no, that is actually what I wanted to do. I got confused because of the... Okay, so now they're not going to build there. There, okay. Okay, so that went very well for me. Now they explore. Going to the church. Back. Okay, so... which do I want to deal with? Probably this guy. What? Actually, let's... I did not realize I could just straight up nuke this. Because I... Oh, wait, no, I... that... Let's just deal with that. Okay, so now... Okay, so... the jungle... Okay, none of the mountains are a problem. My side of the board's almost completely destroyed, honestly. Okay, let's just pull some Dahani. Yeah, let's move this. Okay, that prevents build altogether there, which is nice. Okay, so... Okay, that guy's not going to be able to do anything on the Ravage. I don't even have to worry about it. I think I got to reclaim. Because that makes it a build die. Okay, so the mountain's not going to actually be a problem because there's only one guy on each. So I can actually focus a bit more on offense. I don't actually need to do a... Well, actually, I can use defend 5 on 1, and then that will... Okay, so if I use defend 5 on 1, it'll let the Dahan do it. Which frees up the other guy for just destruction. So I don't need to use any of my other shields. Yeah. That one always comes in. Okay, so 6 I don't really have to worry. That's straight. Well, actually, I kind of do. Multiplication of potions. Okay, so I'll be able to do damage. What do I have to do? I'm getting plenty of energy to... Actually, in that case, this is probably... Still can do too much. There's really the only thing I gotta worry about is... The miners are clear. The only thing I gotta worry about is destroying the planet. So... This can take care of the town anyway. So... I don't really need to... Because the thing is, if I destroy the city and that town over there, so there's not because okay, yeah, I think so. Let's do that. That. And if I do that, which I'm planning to do anyway. Okay, I might actually win this turn. Okay. So first off, I just realized I did not actually have to play that this turn. In fact, I shouldn't have played that this turn. Is there anything else I would play instead? Actually, yes. Unfortunately, I'm going to just have to phase to do that. What am I doing? Still gonna do basically the exact same thing. Frame. Any presence anywhere. And but now instead what I wanna do is that. And then on this side, I don't think it matters where it actually kind of does. Okay, so I need to play that, that. This does not do anything. That gives me enough to. Okay, this I might actually win this round. Okay, so. Give that to. Spurn the invaders. This one. Invaders on Farmer seek the Dahan for aid on each board. 2 damage to Dahan in a land with Dahan City on each board. Oh, this is really annoying. Oh, but they also have 1 minus. Half boards add. Okay, this is. Okay, so that's. Okay, so it's on it. Either or. I'm gonna say spurn the invaders. Because that, in the long run, benefits us. So irritating. Let's get some sand, and all I need to do is destroy those 2 towns. Okay, restart. And now we actually only need to destroy the last city. And I think that's game. There are no cities left on the island. We win. So, yeah, that was fun. It was actually a bit crazy, but yeah, that was fun. Yeah, this game is really fun. Like, I might do another round next week with some different things. I don't know why the event thing triggered, because I've never done that before. It's cool, it was fun, but I don't know why. I've never done that before. But that's where we're going to end this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Next time, bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.